What's going on YouTube? It is Josh, Blazing Star Enterprises Property Maintenance, and I'm back again. As you can see, I'm in my truck and I'm just leaving my yard in Monroe. We're going to be moving yards, and I have a whole mess of equipment in the bed. I think you can see some right there. Anyway, I wanted to shoot a quick video with some questions on some from a lot of my subscribers. Basically, you know who you are, you know who this video is directed to. It has to do with getting started in this business, and more so focusing on a direction in high school, for lack of a better term. I had one of my subscribers reach out to me. Here's the gist of it. Had one of my subscribers reach out to me, and she didn't know what to do. Her son is in high school, and I guess where they are, they don't offer any type of trade school, and he's not a student. He's not like go to college, get a degree type of a guy, and that's perfectly fine. He's more of a, I want to get my hands dirty, I want to do things with my hands, blue collar jobs, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Throughout talking with her for over an hour, you know, I was relating to this, and one of the things that I was relating to was the fact that when I went to high school, there really was no direction. You know, you had to take the algebra, you had to take the geometry, you had to take the science courses, and, you know, you had to learn about Macbeth and Shakespeare, and that wasn't for me. And I guess she's frustrated, she's overwhelmed, and I told her I would make a video about it and give her my opinion, and everybody else can chime in on this. But I personally feel that grammar school, yes, you need to learn how to add, you need to learn how to subtract, you need to learn how to spell and multiply and divide and all of that. I get that. Okay, I understand you need to learn about history, and I'm all for that. History of how America and Canada and the United States, the world, whatever. You have to learn about different things in history. But there comes a time when enough is enough. There comes a time when, you know, teachers nowadays need to look and see what is going to benefit the student. And I think that needs to start at an earlier age than it does now. Everybody's worried about college, and that's not always the answer. In this situation, you know, her son loves to do things with his hands. He loves to be outdoors. You know, he's not a geometry guy. He's not a pie graph type of guy. He's not a, you know, I want to sit there and read Macbeth or Shakespeare. He wants to get out and do things. And what I'm trying to get at is, why not set our students up, the people, the human beings that are going to basically be running this country, set them up for success. You know, me personally, I was in special ed my whole life. There was really no direction, and I personally feel that if the school systems took their time to realize and understand the student instead of just teaching the curriculum, then everything would be better. For example, a student comes out of grammar school, which is 8th grade, talk to them, see what their interests are. Do they like to read? Do they like to, I don't know, do they like to cook? Do they like to mow grass? Do they like to work with their hands? Are they into building things with like the erector sets and the connects and all that shit? Excuse my language. Do they like to do things with their hands? Or are they more of a straight A student? They know what they want to do. They want to be a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer, you know. And I know you're going to sit there and say to me, well, how could they know that at that young an age? They don't. But you groom them to what they want to do. And I personally think that if we started doing more of this, you wouldn't have the issues that we have today. A lot of you know, and you've seen on my YouTube, that I used to drive a tractor trailer. The trucking shortage, the driver shortage right now is ridiculous. If you have a student that you know he's not a classroom type of guy or girl, and he really doesn't have the mindset to want to go to college, why don't you sit there and give them options? Hey, there is lawn care, there's tree trimming, arborist work, there's, you know, working on a road crew, driving a tractor trailer, driving a bus, you know, doing those types of jobs, and we don't see that. And I think the school system needs to start pulling their head out of their rear end and start treating the students like, you know, human beings. How about start teaching students how to balance a checkbook instead of worrying about Shakespeare? How about saying, hey, okay, we understand, we'll use Mark as or Ralph or whoever, we'll use them as a reference. Ralph doesn't like to go to class, he's not a classroom type of guy. Ralph on the weekends, you know, works on his mini bike or he works on his dirt bike, and that's what he enjoys doing. Yet Sam over here likes to read, and he's a straight A student. There's two different mindsets. And I think the school system needs to work with students like that. Yes, there's Vote Tech, but there's not enough options for students out there. There's not. You know, I use trucking as a baseline because that's where I started. In school, why can't, when they get their driving license, when you go to driver's ed, and I know all the schools have it, why not sit there and, you know, hey, I want to be a truck driver. That's what I want to do. And don't put it down because there's a lot of money in it. Okay, you can become an owner-operator and make thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You know, I think I am passionate about this, and I'm also angry about it. I see so many students come out of high school and not have a lick of sense of what they want to do, but they passed high school, they got a degree. I get it, cool. But I look at high schools now as cattle mills. You know, students go to school from 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning until 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Science, English, math, geometry, history, social studies, current events. You know, if you're in a parochial school, religion, I get it. Tell me why students should be coming home with 4 or 5 hours of homework every night. I think it's retarded. Sorry, that's my opinion. I don't think there's a reason for it. I think school systems need to expand on shop class, metal work, whatever happened to home ec. I love to cook. Cancel all these classes and stuff, and yet you want to keep forcing, you know, the maths and the English is down someone's throat, but it's not for them. And if it's not for them, give something to them that's going to benefit them in the future. You know, I don't get it. You know, as I said, I was in special ed my whole life. Shoot, guys, I didn't even take the SAT. I was told I didn't have to. There was no direction. There's no direction whatsoever. And I'm running into that not just from what a good friend of mine said to me, but I'm running into that out here as a business owner. I had a mother ask me if her son could work with me this summer. I said, why? What's he want to do? He goes, he loves to cut grass, he loves to do lawn care and stuff like that. And I said, sure. You know? I said, she says that he's not a classroom type of guy, and I knew exactly where she was coming from. I asked her what the school was doing, and she says, no, he still has to take all the classes, he's barely making it. I said, what about Votech? Well, they don't offer it. That's sad. That's disgusting and sad. I mean, I get everything, you know, you need to have the basics, you need to learn to add, subtract, multiply, divide, I get all that. Students need to learn how to balance a checkbook. Students need to know how to change a tire on a car when they drive. They need to know, hey, this is where oil goes. This is where you fill up your coolant. This is where you fill up your washer fluid. This is how you make an egg. But they don't do that today. And honestly, it's bothersome. I know this is a long video, guys. We're at almost 12 minutes now. There's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. I got a lot going on with the business. A lot of changes. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're not sick from this crap going around. This is my little rant for the day. Just driving back to the house. Y'all be good. I love you all. Be true to yourselves. Follow your heart. Do what you want to do and what makes you happy. Because if you're not happy in what you're doing, it's just going to make you miserable day in and day out. Guys, I love you, and I'll see you later.